Hello, fellow classmates. My name is Amanda Bear. Sorry for my raspy voice. I'm sick and I have a cold. Today I'm going to talk to you about E.D. Hirsch Jr. and how he influenced education. Eric Donald Hirsch Jr. was born on March 22nd, 1928 in Memphis, Tennessee. He went to Cornell University studying English and got his bachelor's degree in 1950. He then got his PhD at Yale University in 1957. He wrote several books and then went to University of Virginia in the 60s. He realized then that students at the University of Virginia could understand articles on Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee, while students at Richmond Community College struggle with the same articles. This was because they lacked basic knowledge of the Civil War. This caused him to have a major career shift, and he started with a cultural literacy concept that reading comprehension requires not just formal decoding skills, but cultural background knowledge, and schools should have a highly specific curriculum. So his major career shift was into education. He wrote an article called Cultural Literacy, which was in the American Scholar in 1983, later expanding it into a book which was published in 1987, and this was a bestseller as well. He founded the Core Knowledge Foundation in 1986 and published the Dictionary of Cultural Literacy in 1988. The curriculum is found online on their website for each grade level. He wrote 8 books in the Core Knowledge series, starting with What Your Preschooler Needs to Know and working its way up to What Your 6th Grader Needs to Know. And these books are quite popular with teachers and parents, specifically parents that homeschool. Core Knowledge Foundation provides curriculum for schools and conducts workshops for teachers, and it is in 46 states now. And critics think that Core Knowledge Foundation is teaching what to think and not how to think. And I'd like to share that building a foundation of knowledge in non-literacy content will give students the background to be better readers in all content areas. This is very important in early ages, which now spend up to half their days in school working on literacy. To me, this would be like taking a calculus class before starting with pre-algebra and working your knowledge up. You don't have the prior basic knowledge to succeed in what you would be tested on in calculus. This is a quote I found on the WashingtonPost.com about this issue. Reading is taught as if it is a transferable skill. It's assumed that once children learn how to convert printed symbols into sounds and words, or decode, that they can be taught to read anything by practicing strategies such as find the main idea and question the author. This is false. Just because you can read doesn't mean you can comprehend everything. Some books that E.D. Hirsch has wrote that go along with this are The Schools We Need and Why We Don't Have Them. And this was in 1996. This is talking about widening inequalities of class and race and America's poorly educational performances. In 2006, he wrote The Knowledge Deficit, which is about disappointing results on reading tests, going back to having basic prior knowledge the subject. In 2009, The Making of America, Democracy and Our Schools. The mission of schools is to prepare them to live in our democracy by knowing common knowledge curriculum as opposed to the content-free approach curriculum. And I agree with E.D. Hirsch that we need to have the knowledge of a subject. to comprehend it, and I know as well as all of you have experienced this a time or two in your life. And in conclusion, I would like to add that E.D. Hirsch has received many awards and a couple honorary degrees for all of his great works and books, and even though he has been praised and been mocked for things he has done by different kinds of people, he just shrugs it off, and because he knows his work to be true. And this is how we all should be when we're doing something like sharing the gospel. And I know this to be true. Thank you for listening to my presentation on E.D. Hirsch Jr. I hope you have learned something new, and thank you again.